Cybersecurity for the people. Professor Black Ops. You see it, let's get it. The crazy way $30 million was stolen from safe deposit boxes. Three New York City men allegedly stole more than $30 million in cash and other valuables in part of an elaborate money laundering scheme that involves using spy cameras to break in safety boxes around the world. The Department of Justice on Tuesday charged Alex, Gary, with laundering money and conspiracy, as well as conspiracy to violate the Travel Act after they allegedly stole a massive amount of sums from banks' safe deposit boxes between March 2015 and October 2019. Some of the banks were in the Ukraine, Russia, North Moldova, Latvia. Businesses that appeared to lack security features included video surveillance cameras in certain areas. The feds alleged Cooper was the ringleader in the criminal enterprise, while Levin used bank accounts in the United States to buy sophisticated camera equipment used during the heist and later laundered the proceeds. All three Brooklyn men were arrested Tuesday morning. The crimes were alleged in the indictment read like straight from a Hollywood fiction. FBI Assistant Director in Charge Sweeney said in a statement, the thieves used sophisticated tools to thwart security systems at foreign banks and tried to cover tracks by laundering money through U.S. banks. However, thanks to the outstanding work of the FBI, Eurasian Organized Crime Task Force, and international partners, this criminal now faces real federal charges and the possibility of real time in federal prison. According to the documents, the group sought out banks with weak security systems and would pose as customers, renting safe deposit boxes in order to gain entry into the room they would eventually hit. Once inside, the group would use a series of sophisticated camera equipment offering a borescope typically used for medical procedures to take photographs of insides of safe deposit box locks, prosecutors said in court. Another co-conspirator used these photographs to create duplicate keys. Then other co-conspirators used the duplicate keys to open up the victim's safety boxes in order to steal the contents, including currency, gold bars, jewelry. The DOJ said after the heist was complete, the trio will leave the country. The weird thing is I thought safe deposit boxes were secure. That is not the fact. Prosecutors said the scheme went on for years with Cooper and other co-conspirators and even bribed local law enforcement officials in the various countries they hit for information to ensure they could evade prosecution. Finally, in New York, authorities caught up to them on Tuesday. Agents executed a search warrant at Cooper's house. They found safe deposit box keys without any identification numbers, cash, jewelry, high-end bags, and in Cooper's storage unit in Brooklyn, investigators also found borescopes and safe deposit box locks. Authorities know that Cooper and Levin had criminal histories. Levin was convicted in April 2000, pleading guilty to security fraud in his role in a $100 million stock scheme for members of Association of La Costa Nostra and Russian organized crime. Cooper was convicted in the former Soviet Union in 1986 and was cited for another criminal crime against the USSR in 2001. So that's it. It's kind of weird for people to, I guess, hit safe deposit boxes because a lot of people actually store all kind of valuables in there. Obviously, they stole $30 million worth of criminal activity, crimes, purses, cash box, and even gold bars. And once again, I'm going to show a short video after this where a lot of safe deposit boxes are really insured by the bank.
A Twin Cities woman thought her cash and valuables were literally money in the bank.
But then she discovered more than $60,000 and her family heirlooms missing from her safe deposit box. Tonight, WCCO's Liz Collin explains why safe deposit boxes aren't always safe.
How is this possible?
It's been the question hanging over Laura Wade's head for the last month, since she says her safe deposit box turned out to be anything but.
Every bonus, every birthday gift, everything went in there.
For 25 years, she kept her valuables in a box at a bank.
Didn't give it a second thought.
Until last year when she moved them to this Midwest One branch in Golden Valley. Last month, Wade went back to pay the annual $35 rental fee and to pick up an old picture inside.
I just had the lid open and I was like, what's going on? Where's all my stuff? I'm like, oh my God. everything is gone.
Her passport, will, birth certificate, and jewelry that belonged to her great-grandma.
And cash.
A lot of cash.
Yeah, $67,000 worth of saved money, all my 40 years of saving every penny I've ever gotten in cash.
Cash she had planned to travel with when she retires.
You're better off burying it in the backyard.
But what Wade says makes it even worse is what's spelled out in her lease. The bank isn't responsible to cover any of the contents in her safe deposit box.
How do you get away with selling safety with a clause that says you have no liability? This is all the paperwork so far.
Wade is now on a mission to make customers think twice about their own boxes.
You're not letting this go.
I'm not letting it go.
You rent a safe deposit box, they put that thing in front of you, they tell you where to sign, and you sign it.
Dave McGuinn is a former banker and founder of Safe Deposit Specialists in Texas. He trains bank workers how to better protect some of the 25 million boxes across the country.
And until something like this happens, you start wondering, what did I commit myself to?
McGuinn hears of at least a dozen cases similar to Wade's each year. He says FDIC insurance covers only deposit accounts at banks. Box items aren't covered. It's why he tells banks to display no insurance disclosures in the vault for all to see.
It is the biggest area that consumers think you have insurance.
And from rotating locks to signature and key requirements, McGuinn offers a report card for customers to run through before renting.
If the bank is doing all this, we wouldn't be having this conversation today.
Midwest One says it can't comment on individual customers, but a spokesperson says the franchise has policies and procedures subject to regulatory scrutiny. They require investigations when appropriate, and the bank says they cooperate with federal regulators and local law enforcement.
Golden Valley police are investigating what happened in Wade's case.
I want the perpetrators to be caught.
And she hopes her story prompts others to visit their vaults and look closely at their contracts.
There is no excuse for this happening to people.
In Golden Valley, Liz Collin, WCCO 4 News.
Midwest One Bank says boxes can only be accessed with 2 keys. Employees cannot open them with the bank key alone. The bank says it also requires identification. Wade says that didn't happen in her case. You can buy safe deposit box insurance. If you'd like to see the full list of questions to ask before renting a box, go to WCCO.com.